Welcome to the P.U.S.H Livestream 2022, produced by A Song a City in partnership with RBU Stockholm and DPLU Music, and created to connect, celebrate, and amplify the voices, stories, and abilities of people across our SB&H community around the world.
Spina Bifida.
Spina Bifida.
Spina Bifida.
Spina Bifida.
Spina Bifida.
Spina Bifida.
Spina Bifida means open spine.
Spina Bifida is a birth defect that occurs when the spine and the spinal cord do not develop completely.
It's a type of neural tube defect.
Some people are paralyzed from the waist down.
Spina Bifida can happen anywhere along the spine if the neural tube does not close all the way.
Hydrocephalus.
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 Hydrocephalus. Hydrocephalus.
Hydrocephalus means an extra cerebral spinal fluid.
Hydrocephalus is a condition in which excess cerebral spinal fluid, CSF, builds up within the fluid-containing cavities or ventricles of the brain.
It's a condition characterized by excess fluid buildup in fluid-containing cavities of the brain. And that results in developmental, physical, and intellectual impairment.
Hydrocephalus is having tubes running from my head to my stomach to drain excess brain fluid.
Hydrocephalus, a buildup of fluid in the brain where you need a shunt, which is a plastic tube to remove the fluid.
What is Spina Bifida? It's my superpower. It's opened so many doors for me, and I'm really excited to see where the future leads.
Hey everyone, happy World Day of Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus, and welcome to the P.U.S.H Livestream 2022. My name is Danny Lamb, and for the next 45 minutes or so, we'll be joined by humans from across our SB&H community and around the world to help us connect, celebrate, and amplify the voices, stories, and abilities of our local and global community of Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus. And to kick things off, here's our friend and yours from Dublin, Ireland, Marcus Ward.
Incredible. Thanks so much, Danny and friends. Hey, my name is Marcus and I'm from Ireland. Awareness, understanding, and education of SBH is key. And it is so important that from a young age we know how to advocate for ourselves and to figure out how to share our story. With that said, here's a young adult by the name of M. Jordan from Chatham, Canada, who uses her abilities in music and a song that she wrote herself called House of Cards to empower other young people across our SBH community to rise above the challenges that they may face.
Maybe I'm young, but I'm not dumb. I could see what's going on. People talking around me, saying I'll never belong. But the scars I've always lived with, and I overcome every day, make me wanna say that I am like a soldier, so brave, fierce, and strong. Since I was a baby, just a kid.
My name's Aiden Cameron. I play sledge hockey. I have spina bifida, but spina bifida does not have me.
Since I was a baby, just a kid versus world, like a house of cards, building it up just to fall apart. Won't let you go and just tear me down. Building it up just to fall apart. Won't let you go and just tear me down.
Great job, Em. That's such a powerful song. Keep up the incredible work. Hi, my name is Riley from Ohio. You may know me as Spina Beauty by Rye on Instagram, where I post makeup and spina bifida related content. And from here in the USA to Canada and the world, we know that the work we do locally has the power to create connection and positive impact globally as well. We wanted to take a minute to highlight some of our friends from S.B.H Scotland in our first ever community spotlight.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Yes. This is incredible.
Doing all right?
Yes, I love it. If we could quickly, could everybody just say their name and where you're from in Scotland?
Scotland, Gillian Howie from Commonwealth.
I'm from Scotland.
And what's your name?
Demi.
Demi.
I think I've got you on Facebook.
I think you do too. All right, who's next?
I'm Mel, and I live in the south side of Glasgow.
I'm Nav. I'm from Wishaw.
I'm Sophie, and I'm up in the Highlands, up in the north of Scotland.
I'm Ryan, and I'm from North Lanarkshire.
And I'm Emma, and I'm from South Lanarkshire.
I wanted to just ask, what are you passionate about? What are some of your hobbies? What do you like to do?
Real football, or what you guys call soccer. I like watching the wrestling, and for the past 7 years I've got a bit of a passion about theme parks, and also I like listening to musical theatre.
Thanks, Ray.
I'll go to the youth club with Mel.
We do. We have the youth club once a month, don't we, Demi?
Yeah.
Well, we say youth club, Debbie. You started in the youth club, which was when you first met Danny.
Demi, what's your favorite thing about the club?
I love to see Mel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I actually ask either Mel and or Demi, why do you think the club is important to the SB&H community in Scotland?
Demi.
Meet people, same disability.
Why is that important to you, Demi?
There's nobody else out there. Lots of friends. We don't have disabilities.
From my point of view, you see people they've been friends for a long time now.
Yeah.
And the feedback that we get is that people seem to find it quite a safe space to come to.
All right, let's hear from somebody else.
I haven't played it in a while, but I started to play ukulele because I've got a finger missing on my left hand. So guitars. But that was my influence from Eddie Vedder, obviously.
Yes.
Because he plays the uke. And the difference between Eddie playing in a whole band and then coming out on stage with just the uke is just very personal.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's got a big, obviously massive crowd, but it's just him and the uke. It's been difficult to play recently because I've got a problem with my eye, but I've been trying to pick up again.
Elizabeth, there we go. Anybody else care to share?
Well, I'm saying to Ryan, I'm a football fan as well.
Now, I guess the big question for both of you is Celtic or Rangers?
Come on.
Elizabeth, welcome. We've just been chatting a little bit about a little bit of everything. But I'm curious to know, why is being connected to the Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Association of Scotland important to you?
Support. I think that's why the association as a whole is important, specifically with regards to the group. You're with like people with the same disability, and you're not judged because of having that disability. You know what I mean? We're all the same, but in different ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that's why the association is important as a whole.
You've got such a complex condition. The fight to get out of bed in the morning. Yeah. The rest of the day just the same.
Now, crew, I'm curious to know, for our community and towards our community, if you had one piece of advice that you'd give to somebody within our SB&H community anywhere in the world, whether we're talking a friend in Scotland who hears this, or somebody else in Sweden, or whoever else is listening anywhere in the world, wherever they are, what is one piece of advice that you'd give to somebody who lives with Spina Bifida Hydrocephalus, who's trying to discover their passion, who's trying to just get by in the communities that they live in? What's one piece of advice that you'd give?
Just don't give up. Don't give up. There's so many people saying, you can't, because you wouldn't be able to understand because of your difficulties with your shunt causes, that you have got a stoma. So how can you do certain things when you've got that? You've got other issues. I've not always been in my wheelchair, but now I'm having to redo things since moving into it, and I'm finding it more difficult. But it's part of our sort of DNA as spinies, as we call it, to not really give in. Although somebody to my left may disagree that I'm a grumpy old getting a gear in too quick.
But if you give in, then it's only yourself that can. You've just got to resign yourself to a lot of other people giving you help. So if you keep going, you don't need to work hard at not having other people for input. I don't do it word can. I just, if anybody says to me, "Oh, you can't do that," I think, just watch me.
Anyways, y'all, we'll see you again soon, yeah? Quickly, before you go, can we take a little group shot? 2, 3, and...
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. Thanks, Danny.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
See ya. I love when we're able to continue to find ways to collaborate locally and globally through the common goal of amplifying the voices, stories, and abilities of our SB&H community. And this year, the team at A Song a City has created some new tools geared towards fostering creativity, community, and more conversations around some topics that are important to us. Here from Stockholm, Sweden, is Ina and Linnea to talk a bit about their role as facilitators of community conversations and the Mycelium Art Project.
Hi, Ina, host of Community Conversation here. Community Conversation is a space where we unite and connect people from our SB&H community through talking about different topics, both from fact and numbers basis and also through our own life lessons and experiences and points of views. We grow together, we empower each other, and hopefully you listening in on these conversations. Topics we've had so far, amongst many, is the power of words, leadership, bodily functions, and my personal favorite, owning your story. In that you will hear my personal story, why being a host of these conversations is a big deal for me. Come be a part. Listen in on these conversations, maybe be a guest. You're welcome either way, in whichever way you like. Much love.
Hi, my name is Linnea Bertlin and I am the artist behind the Mycelium art project. I work as an artist. I have a bachelor in art and craft. I live in Sweden and I'm also born with Spina Bifida Hydrocephalus. My art is heavily based on my life as living with Spina Bifida Hydrocephalus. And I also love to include other people in my artistic practice. So this is where the Mycelium art project came to life. We have been having 3 workshops so far, and we have had participants from all over the world. At our Instagram account, the Mycelium art project, you can follow our process and see all of the pictures from the latest workshops that we have been having so far. So I hope that you will connect with us and that we will see you at the next workshop. Take care, bye bye.
Hey, my name is Malin. I'm a Spina Bifida child and I draw SpongeBob because SpongeBob is my favorite cartoon and I love watching SpongeBob. Like all of us, we know every October day is Spina Bifida Day. Make that day be a sunny day.
Hi. When I was embroidering this mushroom house, my thoughts was with the Ukrainian people.
Hi. So here you have my mushroom. It's made out of clay and painted, and at the bottom you have cotton yarn. It's all a representation of who I am and where I come from. So at the top you have the Swedish flag in colors with a little bit of glitter, of course. The stem in chakra colors representing a part of my work, and the roots in both Swedish and Estonian colors representing my heritage.
Thanks so much, Ina and Linnea. You guys are doing some wonderful stuff over there. My name is Brandon Thomas, and I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. And I believe that the conversation is such an important piece to creating the positive change that we want to see in the world, so we can be more aware, more educated, and confident in speaking up for ourselves.
Y bueno, como seguramente lo sabrán o tal vez no lo sepan, el P.U.S.H LiveStream fue hecho justamente para eso, para conectar, celebrar, amplificar las voces, las historias y las habilidades de personas que se encuentran alrededor de nuestra comunidad de espina bífida e hidrocefalia. Aquí, para compartir un poema sobre la conexión, desde Vancouver, Canadá, presentamos a Rob.
Amplify connection and inspiration. Connect with like-minded people and you can accomplish great things. Celebrate the little victories because the little victories turn into big accomplishments. Amplify your voice. Advocate for those around you who cannot. Voices amplify to create thought-provoking stories with diverse abilities. Through the lens of inclusion, we can create a better tomorrow for generations to come. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Rob. What a poem. The power of connection and collaboration can truly create an incredible impact. This year, we've been so excited to be able to continue conversations with some of our friends and allies in the work that we're all trying to do to serve our Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus community around the world, because we know that teamwork is one of the many keys to creating the change that we all want to see. Joining us today from Child Help and IF International, some incredible friends and allies of ours and our community. Here's Sylvia Rosen, Pierre Martens and Janet Manoni.
Welcome. As Secretary General of the International Federation for Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you on this beautiful day of the World Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Day 2022. And this year we have a theme, Elevate Your Voice. Now you as true ambassadors, you can share your passionate voices to inspire the Spina Bifida Hydrocephalus community around the world. It is therefore so nice to see that you're all coming from different parts of this world today to connect and to network with each other, but also to feel empowered. And it truly is about that. Wherever we are, we can all make a difference, but together we can really make change. Therefore, I'm wishing you an inspiring meeting as part of A Song, a City. And enjoy, feel empowered, connect with each other, and I personally look forward to seeing each other very soon.
Hello, my name is Pierre Mertens. Probably some of you know me already, as I used to be the president of the International Federation for Spina Bifida during 18 years. So during that presidency, I started ChildLab. Because the large majority of people with Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus are born in the Global South, in conditions and in countries where often treatment and care is not available. International solidarity for them is extremely important. All organizations for Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus should be in solidarity with these grassroots organizations of parents and children and adults in the Global South. They need you, and they need this international solidarity. They fight, and they fight in a very good way for the children and for a better world and a better care in the country. But this international solidarity empowers them. Thank you. Thank you very much.
My name is Janet Mia. I am the Director of Programs from ChildLab International. ChildLab International is a grassroots organization working with children, parents, stakeholders, partners in the developing countries to support children with Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus. Although Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus is a global disease, however, the realities in our countries is different. Conditions in the developing countries are very poor, healthcare and care in general. This is why ChildLab International is thriving to improve the quality of treatment and care for all the children and youth with Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rachel Malik. I'm a nurse practitioner, but I'm also a mom to a boy who has hydrocephalus. My son Roman was diagnosed with hydrocephalus around 10 months old after going back and forth to the pediatrician's office for several months with concerns of developmental delay and just a change in his personality. My son was born with congenital hydrocephalus. It was missed on the anatomy scan, and I remember getting his diagnosis, and the neurosurgeon's office called and was very blunt and said, "We're really surprised. Roman does have hydrocephalus and he'll have brain surgery in 2 weeks. You will meet with a neurosurgeon a week before surgery," and we hung up the phone. And I just remember having so many unknowns, and I didn't really understand what was hydrocephalus. I didn't understand the life that he would lead, the life that I would need to lead to support him. And it was really easy to spiral to the worst case scenarios. I read a ton of parenting books, and I was so prepared to be a new mom, but there's no there's no regular book that teaches you, no parenting book that teaches you how to prepare to get a life-threatening chronic illness for your child. And that's just something you kind of have to navigate yourself. And I wish I could go back to that mom and just give her some empowerment. And although I think it's important that you feel those emotions and you kind of get that grief process of not getting something that you imagined or dreamed of, like your child's health, but also to kind of be able to kick into fight mode a lot quicker than what I did. The advice I would give to a parent who's facing a diagnosis like hydrocephalus or spina bifida would be to become your child's #1 advocate. As a nurse practitioner, I even feel this, like, we lean on our healthcare providers so much, but at the end of the day, they can't go home and live our lives, and they aren't the ones who have to live with this every single day. So get as educated as possible. Ask your providers, your healthcare providers, questions, partner with them, but also make sure that day to day that you're staying on top of things like therapy and any education support groups that may further progress your child's journey. And the #1 thing, and I think I touched it in some of my other questions, is just never to let a diagnosis put a glass ceiling on your child. And I would never think I'd be the parent to do that, but I remember getting the diagnosis and just hearing, brain surgeries and disabilities and just the laundry list of things that does unfortunately come with a neurological disorder. But you can't just hear that. You have to let your child show you who they are and let them show you the best version and support them until they tell you they're good, or they show you that they're good and they can't go or want to go any further. And just do not let a diagnosis or even another person put a limit on your child. If we don't believe in our kids, who else will? Some of the things that Roman is really good at is his social skills. It's so funny because everywhere we go in our community, people say, "Hi, Roman, hi, Roman." And there's kids of all ages and they all know him. He's just absolutely so social. And I love seeing that part of his personality and him just being completely brave to go up to anyone. And he says, "Hi, my name's Roman." And I'm just so proud of him. He's also really good at a lot of physical activities, which is something I would have never thought of because we were told, he has hypotonia and that he has a left-sided weakness. And I didn't think that he would be able to excel so well with that false glass ceiling a diagnosis puts over someone. We've learned never to let our minds go that way again and just really let Roman show us who he is and what he wants to work to be. And he loves doing physical activities. He does soccer, taekwondo, and his newest and most exciting thing that he loves is rock climbing.
Thank you so much, Sylvia, Pierre, Janet, Rachel, parents and allies everywhere. Your support and work alongside our SB&H community means absolutely everything, as we know that the work that we all do right here, right now, has the ability to impact people and play a role in shaping the past, present, and the future. From Southern Ontario, Canada, singing a song that he wrote inspired by his mom and moms everywhere, this is Chevy Jordan.
Thank you, Mama. I gave you Great work, Chevy Jordan. Your love for your mom is so incredible. Hi, my name is Ruby, and I'm from Texas, and I believe in the power of coming together through our own individual voices, stories, and abilities to empower people across our Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus community around the world.
There are so many people across our community like you, Chevy, doing incredible things locally and globally to use their abilities as a tool to connect, celebrate and amplify all of the things that people from across our community can do. From music and art to sport, here's an artist from Niagara Falls, Canada, whose passion for art and sport empower why he creates what he creates.
This story inspired by the work of Hydrocephalus Canada, empowering people impacted by hydrocephalus and spina bifida to experience the best life possible.
My name is Jasmine Anderson, and I'm an artist here in Niagara Falls. Art is important to me because it is a way to express, a way to connect with people, and it's just a lot of fun. I think art connects us by not having words so much, but color, vibrancy, emotion, and memories. I had this thing where when I was younger, I thought I could meet every single famous celebrity and like athlete and show them my artwork, and I just tried to paint them because I love the team that they were on, the sport they were in, or I remember certain wrestling matches that they competed in, and I thought, man, wouldn't it be cool if one day I could do it and then show them? What inspires me to draw athletes and wrestlers is their passion, their resiliency, just how they can go from point A to point B and just excel at their sport.
And then we'll get another one if we can as well, because I know that's just a quick one.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Killian Dunn. I'm from Tipperary in Ireland, and I'm a wheelchair racer on the Irish wheelchair racing team. My favourite thing about para-athletics and sport in general is the camaraderie, the fact that you can meet so many people from different countries and you all become just a massive family, in my experience. The competition itself, because you have that camaraderie with most people, like, it drives you on even more to be a better athlete and to always want to strive for more. Para-athletics has just brought me so much, not only friends, but like confidence, drive, determination, future planning. It's given me so much in life. Adaptive fitness is basically inclusive fitness, so exercise that can be adapted around people's abilities. I myself am a fully qualified personal trainer, and I run my own business called Dunn's Fast Lane Fitness. And that business caters for people of all abilities from all around the world. So I have able-bodied clients and disabled clients, but I don't treat any of my clients differently. The only thing I treat differently is the exercise prescription. So obviously someone in a wheelchair is not going to run on a treadmill. So adaptive fitness is kind of fitness that works around the athlete's ability. It's a very niche market, especially in Ireland, and I'm glad to be a part of it. My main focus is to just help people of all abilities. So how did I get into sport? When I was 5, my dad took me to a parasport open day in Dublin, and I tried a range of different sports. My dad's background himself was athletics. He was a 4x100 meter runner with a team of runners, and he was a sprinter as well. So obviously I was geared towards athletics anyway. But at the time I chose seated javelin, shot put and discus throwing. So you'd sit on a metal stool with a bar coming up beside you, and you'd hold on to the bar and you'd put your shot put, in this case, under your chin and swing back and pull off the bar to launch your throw. And it was similar for discus. You'd remove the bar for discus and you'd swing in a stationary position and then throw, and javelin you'd use the bar again. So I competed for Ireland for multiple times for those sports, and then 2012 I had major bowel surgery that caused me to lose all the weight I had, and so obviously I didn't have the force to put behind each throw because it wasn't as big. Rather than give up sport, I said I'd change sport, And from there I went and took up wheelchair racing. 18 months after my operation, I was back in the Irish squad as a wheelchair racer, heading to the World Championships in Stadskanaal, Holland. So I've always kind of had that determination to change where I needed and adapt to my surroundings and what I was capable of doing. I haven't looked back since. I am currently a triple world junior medalist from 2016 in the 100, 200 and 400 metres. I got a bronze in the 100 metres and a silver in the 200 and 400 metres. And then since 2019, I am, until now, the current Irish record holder in the 100, 200, 400 and 800 metres. So I'm basically the fastest man in a wheelchair in Ireland in the 100, 200, 400 and 800 metres, which is a brilliant achievement, and it's definitely one of the top achievements I've had. How does racing and training break down stereotypes, creating more inclusion and positive change? In many ways is the broad answer. So for me personally, for people to actually see me training in the gym just like anyone, I'm lucky. I have full use of my upper body, so I can do a lot that able-bodied people can do. I come into the gym and it's like a big family. Everybody doesn't treat me any different than normal. Bench press is a big one, able-bodied people seeing me training. There was one occasion where someone was bench pressing and he was a big guy, 6'6" maybe, and he's benching kind of 75, 80 kilograms. So he finished his 3 sets and he looked at me, he was like, "Oh, how's it going? Do you want to use this machine?" So I was like, yeah, if you can. And he's like, "Oh, 1 second, I'll just take off the weight there." And I was like, no, you're fine. So I hopped on the machine and did my first set at 80 kilograms. And from there I progressed to 90 and 95 kilograms, which left him speechless because 80 had been his top set, heaviest set. So that kind of broke down the stereotype that he had in his head of, "Oh, this lad's in a wheelchair, he's not going to lift much." So that was nice. But in the gym setting especially, and in para-athletics, it's a very inclusive environment. And gyms in Ireland especially are trying to change. I do have plans on making big changes in the future. Racing kind of takes the front seat at the moment, but once I do retire from racing, I do hope to make some big moves in the gym world for inclusivity and adaptations and stuff. But yeah, you do see a lot more wheelchair users in the gym these days, and not just wheelchair users, but people with amputations and other various disabilities. So it is becoming greater influence. And I think social media, as bad as a name as it can get, I think that's made a big push for things like this and bringing people out into the world and getting rid of the stereotype that we all have at one point in our lives of, "Oh, I'm disabled, I can't do that," which is just not true. And that's something I try to change often, especially with kids, and show them that there's nothing that they can't do if they put their mind to it. But yeah, I know it's really stepping in the right direction. One piece of advice that I give to future athletes or future people who want to get into the sport or exercise: don't be afraid. Is the big one. We all started somewhere, and we all started not knowing what to do. For me, it was asking for help. You might be someone who's not used to asking for help, or you think you shouldn't ask for help, but do. It's the best thing you'll do is learn off someone who has the expertise and who's gone to university to do this. As I said with the kids, it really goes to anyone. You can literally do anything you set your mind to. If you told me a couple of years back that I'd be a world medalist and a quadruple Irish record holder, I'd have laughed at you because I didn't see myself doing that. And over the years I progressed and gained more confidence, and I've done it. So don't be afraid. Set goals, set weekly goals, but set weekly goals that lead into a big goal. Don't just set random things. Let it lead into something long term. If anyone would like to follow me, my Instagram is Killian_Dunn_T54, and my business page is Dunn's Fastlane Fitness. And it's the same for Facebook. Thank you very much.
My name is Eva, aka Rolling Diva. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, and I do spirit classes. What is it? I like to challenge myself. I like the adrenaline. I like to get stronger, just feel better and get better. I don't like to call it adaptive fitness. I just like to call it fitness, because no one is the same. No one does the same things. No one performs things the same way. So basically everything is adaptive. or can be made adaptive. I wanted to lose weight, basically. In the beginning, it was to attract boys, but that changed quite rapidly, and I decided that no, not a good strategy. I would like to get stronger, flexible, just healthier overall. I think that we can create change in whatever we do, as long as we try not to care what it should look like, what it should sound like, what other people think, what's normal, what's not normal. With that mindset, we break stereotypes. I just do things that make me happy, make me better, and if that helps someone, if that changes somebody's mind, that's awesome. Give yourself a chance. Find out what you can do, what is possible for you to do, because not everyone can do everything, but everyone can do something. Find out what that something is for you and go with it. Challenge yourself. Do what makes you better.
Hello everyone, my name is Miranda Mishler. I am 20 years old. I am currently from Henderson, Nevada, but I was born and raised in Arizona. That's home for me. I am a junior at the University of Arizona studying wildlife management through marine and environmental studies. I am on the wheelchair track team with the adaptive athletics program here at the U of A. My favorite thing about my sport is the connections and friends I've made and will continue to make along the way. I get to see all the same people at different races we travel to and race with all the same girls. So we all get pretty close and share a common bond. It's always like reconnecting with old friends when we see each other during summer or any races that we do. When I'm racing, my favorite thing is feeling freedom in the wind as I race down a hill at my top speed. Adaptive athletics is being fit or athletic, but with exercise or training modifications where anyone is able to do it, even if it may look different than someone else doing the same thing. I got into wheelchair track after being introduced to the adaptive athletics about 5 years ago when I moved to Nevada. I chose to go to an adaptive sports night that the Las Vegas Youth Paralympic Club was hosting. The first night I went, they were doing wheelchair track, and I stuck with it ever since. Sport plays a role in breaking down barriers and stereotypes because sports brings people together no matter the sport. You are united as you cheer on your favorite team or being a part of a team. Everyone wants to feel accepted, a part of something bigger than yourself. When I'm doing my sport, I don't feel disabled. I feel a part of a team. There is still a long way to go to bring inclusion into sports, but we have made a great step along history. One piece of advice I would give future athletes in our community is never stop fighting for what you want to do. It may be difficult to find an athletic sports program in your area or get them to allow you to participate, but fight for it. Have and make them include you. Advocate for yourself and others. It doesn't hurt anyone to let you be a part of a team. People just need to know what that looks like.
It never ceases to amaze me how many incredible humans that we have across our SB&H community who are using their voices, stories, and abilities to rewrite the narrative, to smash barriers, and to create a positive change across our community and the community of disability. Now, unfortunately, this does bring us to the end of the P.U.S.H Livestream 2022. And on behalf of all of us here at A Song of City, we just want to say a massive thank you to anybody and everybody who's tuned in, to all of our sponsors, allies, friends, anybody and everybody who has made this live stream possible, and to our community. Don't stop raising your voice, story, and ability to rewrite the narrative and be the change that we all want to see. We'll see y'all next year, and keep pushing.